This is Omni Voice Studio, the local voice tool that got framed as the thing that finally breaks ElevenLabs' moat. The viral post says it clones voices from a 3-second clip, supports 646 languages, dubs videos, runs on your machine, and even exposes an MCP server for tools like Claude or Cursor. That is the exciting version. The useful version is more specific. The repo is real. The screenshots are real. The feature list is real. But there are catches around setup, licensing, model downloads, and what no API keys actually means. So instead of doing another hype pass, I pulled the X post, the GitHub repo, the official page, the license, the install docs, the troubleshooting page, and the current release metadata. The first thing to know is simple. This is not just a text-to-speech demo. It is trying to be a full local voice studio. The post makes a big comparison to ElevenLabs. It says ElevenLabs charges monthly, while OmniVoice runs locally and open source. It then lists the hook features. Voice cloning from a 3-second audio clip. Voice design controls for gender, age, accent, pitch, emotion, and dialect. A video dubbing flow where you paste a YouTube URL, transcribe it, translate it, revoice it, and export an MP4. A dictation widget that works from any app. Demucks vocal isolation so the background music can survive the dub. Pynote diarization so the app can label who said what. A batch queue for many videos. MCP support for agent clients. Audio seal watermarking from Meta. That list is exactly why the post works. It sounds like a private creator studio, a dubbing tool, a dictation tool, and an agent tool in one desktop app. But a viral list is not the same thing as a production recommendation, so the next step is checking the sources. The official repo is debpalash/OmniVoice Studio. The GitHub API currently shows more than 5,500 stars, more than 800 forks, and a small number of open issues. That already tells us the X post is moving fast, because the post mentions 3,600 stars while the live repo has climbed far past that. The release status also moved. The X image shows 0.2.7 installer links, while the release endpoint exposes preview 0.3.0 builds. That drift is not a problem by itself. It just means any video should label the post as a moment in time and separate the original claim from the current repo state. The official page repeats the same core message: voice cloning, voice design, video dubbing, 646 languages, fully local and free for personal use. So the project is not imaginary. The real question is what the interface actually supports. The README screenshots show 4 main workflows. Voice clone is the obvious one. Drop a short clip and generate speech that mirrors that voice. Voice design is more like building a new speaker profile from attributes such as age, accent, pitch, and style. Video dubbing is the bigger workflow. You provide a local file or a YouTube URL, then the system transcribes, translates, revoices, and exports. The voice gallery is for finding or organizing voice material. There are also setting screens for model management, projects, and logs. That matters because local AI tools often fail at the boring parts. The model screen, project screen, and log screen are evidence that the app is trying to handle real desktop use, not just a notebook demo. I am still not pretending this is a verified production benchmark. These are official screenshots and source claims. They prove the intended product shape, not that every machine will run it perfectly. Under the hood, OmniVoice Studio is stitched together from a familiar local audio stack. The README lists multiple text-to-speech engines, including the built-in OmniVoice engine, Cozy Voice, MLX Audio, Vox CPM, Moss TTS Nano, and Kitten TTS. On the speech recognition side, it lists WhisperX, Faster Whisper, MLX Whisper, PyTorch Whisper, Parakeet, Moonshine, and Fun ASR. Demux handles vocal isolation. Pynote helps with speaker diarization. Audio Seal handles invisible watermarking. Towery wraps the desktop app. This is why the tool is interesting. It is not betting everything on one model. It is a desktop layer around a multi-engine local pipeline. The upside is flexibility. The downside is that every engine and every platform path adds setup surface area. If you are used to a hosted API where you paste text and get audio back, this is a different kind of product. The install docs make that trade-off clear. On macOS, the source path asks for Python, Bun, Xcode command line tools, and FFmpeg. On Windows, it calls out Python, C++ build tools, Bun, and FFmpeg. Linux adds WebKit and desktop shell dependencies. First launch can download model weights, and the docs mention roughly 2.4 gigabytes. The troubleshooting page is even more useful because it names real failure modes. macOS Gatekeeper can mark the app as damaged because unsigned open-source builds get quarantined. Hugging Face 401 errors can happen when Pynote license access is not accepted. Windows users can hit Torch compile or Triton memory issues. Newer Linux desktops can hit app image white-screen problems. This is not a reason to dismiss the project. It is the honest cost of running a local AI voice studio instead of paying a hosted service to hide the infrastructure. Here's the catch. The phrase open source needs precision. The license file says functional source license, FSL 1.1 with an Apache 2 future license. It is free for personal, educational, research, internal team, and non-commercial use. Each release converts to Apache 2 after 2 years. But if you are building a competing commercial product or service on top of it, the license can require a commercial deal. The No API Keys claim also needs precision. The main product pitch is local and does not depend on a paid cloud voice API. But diarization uses gated Hugging Face models, and the docs say you need a token plus license acceptance for Pynote. So my verdict is this. Omni Voice Studio is a real and promising local voice studio, especially for privacy, experimentation, multilingual dubbing, and developer workflows. It is not a no-catch ElevenLabs replacement for every business. If you want a hosted, polished, production API, ElevenLabs still has an advantage. If you want local control and are willing to handle setup, this is absolutely worth watching.